Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Thursday, December 4, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We're having a reverse aging health call and all the rest tomorrow night, Friday, after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. And make sure you're in a comfortable position. Outside interference. Still as a statue, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath, rising and falling. Now, a lot of us, it's easy to say that you design, create your life, right? Now, most people don't believe that because they just can't figure out how they can do that. It's fascinating that people plan their vacations with better care than they plan their lives. Perhaps it is because escape is easier than change. One of the most powerful things you can do to start manifesting an amazing life that you absolutely love is breaking free from the limitations of what your mind believes is possible. Your mind has been conditioned throughout your entire life to think that you can do this and that you cannot do that. It steams and swims in circles of a small fishbowl of ideas and doesn't realize there is an entire ocean available to play in. To find out what your limitations are, simply sit down and start creating your ultimate fantasy day. When you dive into developing your greatest fantasy, you begin liberating the mind from its imagery, imaginary prison. You will see that when your mind is free, your heart will expand into a higher dimension. When instantly it gives your life an amazing new direction and purpose. Perhaps the best part about this exercise is that by writing it down on paper, you'll know exactly when your dream day has actually arrived. The secret to this magical assignment is being absolutely wild and free with it. Write down only what your heart truly desires to do, be, and have manifested. This is an opportunity to invent the most incredible 24-hour movie-like dream experience where you are the main director, producer, and superstar of your show. Anything is possible in your ultimate dream day. It's all about going beyond your mind's limitations of what you think is possible, stepping into what you think is impossible. This leap of faith will lighten your being and heighten your imagination, allowing you to transcend any inner imaginary blocks which have been stopping you from growing, transcending, and succeeding in your actual real life. It's too often that our practical, down-to-earth adult mindset tries to get in the way of truly enjoying life. If this horrendous experience starts happening to you, immediately stop being so serious and start pretending as if you're a child again. Imagine you're 6 years old. And you have no idea as to what's right, what's wrong, practical or possible in this world. Take off the ceiling from your normal everyday consciousness this week and let your inner child start to soar. You might see that this exercise is a test which will determine how high your inner fun meter can rise and how much you and joy you can allow your heart to experience. When you let yourself expand your imagination behind its ordinary limits, you'll tap into the divine creativity inside you. which will cause your real life to become fully unstoppable. As far as manifesting is concerned, it's best to create your ultimate fantasy day in the past tense. Write it down in the first person as if you were telling your best friend about what just happened to you yesterday. This allows your mind to relax about having to make it happen tomorrow and lets you feel as if it is already a done deal. Your deeper subconscious mind is going to be put to work here, which doesn't take notice if the story is in the future or past. The deeper the mind is on what's responsible for manifesting future experiences to you, which are based on the deepest, most emotionally charged visions you have had thus far. When the subconscious mind gets imprinted with new material that contains joyous feelings of having your toes in the warm, soft sand on a beautiful beach, it sends that signal out to this universe, which will one day bring that beach experience physically to you. Like attracts like. So when you're bursting with elation and jubilation, you have suddenly become a super manifesting joy magnet. It's how you feel on what you emit, and what you emit attracts what you feel. When designing your dream day, be sure to include all the little juicy details that you can summon. Write down everything you can think of that could make your heart open, liberate your mind, and allow your soul to sing hallelujah and absolute bliss. Describe all the details you can with vibrant color. Paint them with pure enthusiasm. What was the funniest thing you did that day? What was the greatest feeling you had? Who did you spend most of your time with, and where? How did other people greet you, and how did you interact with them? Remember, this is the greatest day of your life. So whatever you do, do not hold back. This is where some people miss the mark. If you don't believe you deserve a certain outrageous desire to occur, then you're not giving yourself the chance to expand your consciousness and entertain your deepest, dreamiest fantasy day. This universe is an infinite playground here, so play in it. You've just been given an unlimited amount of energy, resources, and creativity to work with. The essential secret is in knowing exactly what your heart is seeking to experience on the inside. How to begin? Before you start writing, you'll want to literally jump up and down for as long as you can and yell, "Yeehaw! I'm so excited." This will help those extreme joy juices start flowing into your brain. Keep jumping until you receive a vision of what will bring you tremendous joy in your future. Then sit down in a quiet space or with your favorite song blasting on the stereo and begin writing it down as if it happened in the last 24 hours. Include exactly what happened from the moment you woke up in the morning, all afternoon and evening, till the morning on the following day. Use all 24 hours and do not waste a minute doing something for somebody else. It's all for you. Even if you decide to visit your favorite charity, it's all about how it makes you feel inside. And when you're writing down your story, tell it as if you were describing it to your best friend, who's truly the world's most amazing listener. Do not leave out any details. Share what you ate for breakfast, what clothes you wore or didn't wear, who you were with, where you went, what you drove or flew, and everything you talked about and experienced along the way. Give a minute-by-minute, hour-by-hour detailed account of every little thing that occurred. The key is to include the most ridiculous, fun, and radically awesome details that you can fathom. We challenge you to dream the impossible and visualize outside your normal box of what has always been exciting and pleasurable for you. If being rich makes your heart sing, you might want to imagine the insane amount of money you made in that one day and what amazing things you did earning and spending that outrageous cash flow. Or perhaps your dream is to spend an evening with your favorite movie star. Well, what if they called you to get together and you flew them out to your exotic mansion, wherever it may be, and they begged you to stay the night? Or maybe you just took your personal Learjet, flew over the Rocky Mountains with your soulmate, landed near a sweet green grassy field for a romantic-centered 5-star gourmet picnic. Or perhaps your greatest dream is to be completely free from all things, and you gave all your money and physical belongings to the homeless and watched their faces light up in sheer joy. Stretch your limits as to what you think will make you happy, and remember that it's okay to experience anything you want. It is your right to have your fantasy. You are the master creator genius here. You are the one who allows yourself to manifest miracles and let your wildest dreams fly. Make sure you engage all 6 senses when you describe your ultimate fantasy, and the more you can step into the movie and truly see. Feel, smell, taste, and experience the sensations with your mind. Faster and easier this universe can work at delivering the end result to you. Use your 6th sense, your gut, to know yourself intimately. Feel out what amazing things could possibly happen next. Include the wildest and most crazy pleasurable ideas you can fathom. Just squeeze in as much as you feel could be possible to experience in this 24-hour slice of heaven. Since you have unlimited energy and creativity, you could even stay up all night and watch the morning sunrise from the top of the Himalayas. We only give you 24 hours of limited time, so that it forces you to prioritize your extensive list of fantasies and focus only on the ones that make your life truly orgasmic. This is about stretching your ability. Let go of what's possible on your inner world, so you naturally liberate yourself on every level in your outer world. The essential secret to making this a life-changing experience is within your ability to feel. What you're physically writing down, your dream day. Practice stepping into the feeling as if it has really happened. By bridging the gap between illusion and reality, you are attracting your ideal life situation to you faster than you might want to know. There is nothing you could actually do in the physical world that will manifest it faster than feeling as if it has truly already occurred and continuously believing it. So entertain the vision. Dive into these feelings repeatedly until they solidify deep in your body-mind. After you've written down everything you can possibly imagine, take some time to fine-tune your work. Read your description out loud from beginning to end and notice how you feel when you read it. It's not so important that your grammar is correct or your sentence structure flows, as long as it makes your heart burst with joy while reading. You'll receive an A+. This is the most perfect day of your life in every imaginable way. So keep in mind how you truly want to feel at the very end of it. You might want to build slowly up to the climax or have many throughout the day. The clearer you are about how you want to feel after 24 hours, the easier it is to write down the details of your day's experience. Have fun with this assignment, because by the time tomorrow morning, your body is going to be bubbling in a pool of divine ecstasy. This is all about applying oneself. It's either you do or you don't. You know, if you don't, then you accept the fact of the way the life is, right? And you're deeply grateful for that life. But most of us, we don't focus on the life we want. We focus on fighting the life we have. Okay? Big difference. And what is that about? Well, it all goes within. It's about how we feel about ourselves. And that's what we give off. Can't hide it. Anybody that thinks they can hide it is fooling themselves. It will be picked up by the universe, and more will come. And when you see people, you know, that they're tired of all the shenanigans out there, they're this, they're that, they're focused on all the things that they shouldn't be focused on. They're focusing on things they don't want. And they continue to attract more of it. It's like, let's say you cut your finger. You get upset about it. And you make some comments to yourself that aren't positive. Now, in that fit, that moment, you have told the universe to bring in more crap. Now, you don't know it because your emotions, the ego mind, has got you miscombobulated. And you bring in more, and then something else happens. And then you get more irritated, then something else happens. And instead of going, you know, I wasn't focused, so I cut my finger. I wasn't paying attention, so I cut my finger. Sorry, finger, for doing that. That's a big difference compared to, you know, the other end, which is negative and attracts more negativity. This is what we do. We do it all the time. And why do you get tired of something? Something, you know, it's like right today on this planet, right now. There's so many things. There's just a lot of stuff going on. But the interesting part of it is that just about all of it is fake, phony, and false. It's not real. It's just all propaganda, and it continually floods everywhere. And see, you don't care to accept that and bring it into your reality and your life. You just let it pass through. Don't give it even the time of day, because this is how it seduces people on this planet into creating a life they don't really care to have. Focus on what they don't want. And it comes in all the time. And I can guarantee you that everything you're watching and seeing out there, and everything that people are saying and talking about, is fake, phony, and false. Now, I know that's hard for a lot of people to believe, but you can feel it in your heart mind. It isn't real. It's fake, phony, and false. But see, when you don't know you, and you really haven't been watching the ego mind and leave it alone, which means that you go into silence. You go into the now. You are focused on moment to moment, not yesterday and tomorrow. And all the rhetoric out there, and all the crap and all the jargon and everything that's being spewed around is fake, phony, and false. Doesn't apply. Period. You might as well just have it released into a big cavern and just echo until it bleeds out. And that's why you're always saying to yourself, reinforcing, I choose to focus on what I want, not what I don't want. It's easy to focus on what you don't want. It's just much easier, believe it or not, to focus on what you do not want compared to what you do want. It's much more difficult for people to focus on what they want because they've got all of these pieces that they've accumulated in their lives. And they judge themselves. And then they feel that they aren't deserving about things. And they have guilt. That is all ego mind created. What's the main reason that the majority of people on this planet don't live the lives they want? Number one reason. They don't leave the mind alone. That's it. You leave the mind alone, that moves you into the now. Moment to moment. It's like you do in the meditation, focus on your breath rising and falling. Moment to moment, the now. And I emphasize it all the time. It needs to be emphasized all the time. So it finally moves into us deeply, and we start embracing it. And then you get to the point where you say that the part that you're used to, the fantasy of it, is what? It's easy to, then it's fluid in a natural state of being by focusing on what you want in this life, how you want your life to be. And the only thing that puts a stick in the spokes, so to speak, is you realizing to not go in to the ego mind. You go into the ego mind, then we have doubt, we have fear, we have frustration, we have worry, and we have stress. We suffer. Why it's so difficult for any of us to manifest anything in ego mind? It happens on rare occasion. That slips through. And this whole planet operates that way. If you focused on the life that you want and not all this other stuff, you would transform yourself into a magnet, attracting only the high positive vibrations into your life. And not really concerned about any of that stuff out there. You're the master and commander of your life, of your destiny, of your future. You always have been. And this is where you embrace it. You choose, I'm going to embrace it fully, 100%, or I'm going to stay a slave of the ego mind. Because the unknown shouldn't be the unknown. Your confidence, faith, and trust in yourself in this universe should be paramount. And in that direction, you would be manifesting the life that you want. It'd be like it's a no-brainer. It's just automatic. That's what you do. You see, the way we've been trained or educated, it convinces us to go where? The opposite direction. Okay. And the opposite directions on many things. Like what? Well, we've been taught that there are places, right? We've been taught that there is a heaven that's up there, right? It's a place that you go to outside of you. And we've also been told there is a hell. It is a place that you go outside of you. And we've been told that there is a God which hovers above you. Right? Pretty much. In just straight layman's terms across the board, that's spot on. But the reality of it is, none of those exist. They don't exist. But you believe them, you will create them. Simple as that. That's why you've had so many of us who have left the body, and then we have these reports that we've experienced. What are the reports? Reports, well, I went to heaven and I met Jesus or whoever and sat on a bench and listened to the angels sing. And I mean, there's been NDEs, near-death experiences, throughout the years that describe what the experience was. And what is that? What is that that's out there? What is that all about? It's a matrix. It is a holographic digital creation in high finite detail. Now, you're conditioned while you're in the body, right? So when you leave the body, you're conditioned. See, this is what causes us to do what? Incarnate over and over again. We go there, we prepare, we review, and then we decide whether or not we want to come back in. When all along, or on top of that, what are you taught? Go into the light. You're taught that, to go into that light. See? Because you don't know anything else. You leave the body, you go into the light. That's what you do. What do you do when you go into the light? Well, you cross over, you go to the other side. What's the other side? Well, in most cases, it's heaven. What's that all about? Why are all my dead relatives running around hugging, laughing, and my pets that I had from different lifetimes in this lifetime I just left? What's all that about? Crazy stuff. What is it designed to? It's designed to keep this species engaged in a falsification of the afterlife. Because here you learn while you're in the body, but see on top of it, we're very distracted with all the outside stuff in a material physical world. We're very distracted. We aren't taught anything really about who and what we are in the beginning. We have no idea, and we just kind of swim around until we bump into things, and then we experience those things. So we don't know. We're ignorant. And when we leave the body, we're ignorant. We still don't know what we are, who we are. And so then we see this light. We don't know that we're the light. So we see this light and we go into the light. And then it starts all over again. Do you see any purpose in that? Do you really, for yourself, do you see any purpose in that redundancy of, okay, you leave a body, you had a life, right? Could have been, 20 years or 100 years, and you leave it. And then you go to this matrix-created, holographic-generated other side, right? And then you experience this and that, and then all of a sudden you say, well, I'm gonna go back. I'll go reincarnate to another body, different life. Or does it make more sense that you recall every life that you experience? What would that do? Well, so a lot of us, it would keep us. We wouldn't continually reincarnate and play it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, like a broken record. It doesn't make any sense because we don't have any recall. It's been wiped from us. Unnaturally, I should say. We make our decisions, see, as the gods in pure consciousness. We decide It's not like something else decides for us. How are we going to learn or experience when that's the case? We decide. We create, when we come in the body, we create our lives. Right? We create our destiny. We create our future. We create it all. So doesn't it make sense that we should know our past lives? We should know all this. And then the trick that, we leave the body and there's the light. How you doing, light? I'm not going into you. Because I know where it leads. It's kind of a, how do you put it? It's kind of a bubble. It's a trap for us gods. And we've got to figure that out on our own accord so that we know who and what we are, and then by the time we leave the life, we know that we're the light, that we're footloose, fancy-free. Nothing contains us or controls us, period. Nothing ever has. It's when we get into the material physical life that we are controlled, directed, programmed, manipulated, all across the board, from the beginning until we leave the body. We enter the body, we leave the body. And since everything on this planet has been artificially created specifically to keep us off balance. And so we believe the information that's put before us, and that's what we run with. And this is why we have such redundancy amongst the civilization, because we keep repeating things. Yeah, it might be 100 years, 300 years, 1,000 years later, but we repeat it, we do it again. And what is that? That's like a skip. It's a flaw. What's the flaw about? It means that the flaw is there for us to discover it and correct it. So it's part of our experience to identify all of this falsification, clean it out of the way so that we can have the lives we want to have. You enter a body, you are the master and commander. You direct, you create whatever it is you want. And then you experience it. Something doesn't do it for you. You do it. But we also recognize that the redundancy on this planet it's massive. It's a repeat and repeat. This is why some people will be doing something and not know, how the heck am I able to do that? Because you did it in a past life. Okay? How did these things come to me? And then people say, well, how are you able to do that? You don't have any training or experience in that? No, I don't, but I just know how to do it. A lot of people have said that. I just know how to do it. I don't know how, but I know how to do it. And it's why we see similarities, right? Where things occur, and we know that they've occurred before, and we have been exposed to them when they occurred before. Now, wouldn't we comprehend that there's a conflict, right? They call it a war. Why would we continually have wars? Does that mean we didn't learn from the first one? So we have to do another one? Then we didn't learn from that one, and we do another one, another one? It's interesting, isn't it? And there's that void of not knowing who and what you are. And there's the void that you don't realize how omnipotently powerful you are, that you can create your own life. You could design it right down to the most finite details and experience it. But most of us have been taught that no, that's out of our hands. That's our destiny. And you know what? You can change your destiny. You're the master and commander. What's your destiny? To live happily ever after? You want your destiny to be that way? Then it will. One of the greatest things to humanity is our sensitivity and our consciousness. Right close to our heart center exists the divine state of compassion. Now, when you come across someone that has no compassion, there is no soul in that body. If it is a lightness that instantly destroys all judgment, criticism, and heaviness, the moment it is exposed, this is an all-forgiving, deeply comprehending, accepting nature, which is always here now and available to every one of us. Nothing can take it away, change it, or destroy its source. It is your essential nature that is with you everywhere you go and makes everything in your life flow with grace and effortless ease. Discovering this unlimited source of compassion inside you comes from realizing the spiritual truth of who you are. And by knowing that you are an infinite, eternal soul connected to limitless love, intelligence, and creativity, you immediately relax and enter this divine state. Abiding in this awakening knowledge is the only way to effectively handle the outrageous pain we all experience in this life. And when we truly know this amazing divinity is what we are, our consciousness skyrockets and we stop creating situations that would have caused us more pain. And when we understand that who we are is beyond this world of form and formless, beyond time and timelessness, we transcend the evaluations of the mind and can rest as the source of grace itself. There are as many ways to access this spiritual truth inside every one of us as there are stars in the sky. And the moment you find your mind becoming judgmental, critical, or upset about anything, and is the best moment to practice accessing deeper compassion. The secret here is to take a deep breath, relax deeper into your body, and notice what the mind is overly attached to. Simply watch, breathe, and wait. Notice how these illusionary ideas, desires, and judgments are purely hypothetical, mental drama. You can see how they are part of the game of your spiritual awakening and accept them without reacting to them. Accept without reacting. Okay? In other words, come on, pass on through me. Okay? That's it. Every negative experience you have is simply there to lead you deeper into the ultimate compassionate state where your mind, heart, and body are completely aligned and healed. By comprehending there is a divine intelligence behind every experience, the negative feelings you are battling with simply lose their power. Any judgments you have about these negative experiences only inflame and deepen the source of pain and negate the fact that an all-loving divine intelligence is present. It is to know everything has a divine purpose and deeper meaning if you are only willing to let it in. Join in meditation. I'll return to close this out. Take an easy and a slow breath out from the mouth, in from the nose. An easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath, rising and falling. Acceptance will make you more relaxed and at ease. If self-acceptance comes in a trickle or a downpour, then that is right for you. Acceptance is the key to releasing all suffering and issues of avoidance or attachment. Allow yourself to accept everything that occurs today. This is not about being a doormat for the world. This is about following your heart with inspired actions all day long, accepting whatever shows up in your experience. Become an acceptaholic who accepts everyone exactly as they are and yourself exactly as you are. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We'll return here for Ride Day, December 5, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our Global Guided Meditation call, and after 9:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our Reverse Aging Health call and all the rest. Be gentle, kind, generous, humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times. No matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart. Allow the magic, the bliss, the joy, the peace, the love, tranquility come flooding in.